Hello, my name is Arman Khodaei, and today's episode of Insights from Autistic deals with one of my most favorite topics of all time. Just a little background for those who are new viewers of Insights from Autistic. I am a high-functioning autistic adult, and today's video we're going to be discussing communication. Now, what is communication? In my opinion, communication is any exchange between another human, or even an animal for that matter. And an exchange could be an email, text, it could be eye contact, it could be a touch, a hug, a kiss. Even sex is considered a form of communication. It can also be, a version of small talk. In this video I'm not going to get into small talk, but if you wish to know my viewpoint and how I've overcome small talk, please watch my video, Insights from Autistic Small Talk. So moving on. Why is communication important? Why is it important for a society, for individuals of autism, for humans in general to be able to communicate? One reason is because without communication, I believe things fall apart. Even if you're trying to communicate to your autistic child and they don't communicate back, there's a lot of tension, like what's going on, your life is hectic. Without communication, there's a lot of fear, anxiety, people lie, cheat, wars happen. People hurt each other. With communication, there's stability, there's peace. People understand each other, you understand your child with autism. So, moving along, how does one go about communicating with their child with autism? Well, there are many answers. You can try getting a speech therapist. You can try asking for help. Or if you're an individual of autism, you can try asking for help. You say, I need help communicating. Ask your friends closest to you. There's speech courses out there. As well, there's Toastmasters. There's social skills groups for individuals of autism, and I think even perhaps for those without autism. You can also read books on dating. Surprisingly, books on dating contain a lot of social skills aspects, especially for those dealing with the opposite gender. Or even books on social skills I recommend. Just as a quick aside, what I want to say is, as a society, it seems like communication is disappearing, which is kind of odd. I feel like with the advent of the internet and it becoming more popular with instant messaging and texting and everything, it seems that face-to-face contact is becoming less and less. We have the MySpace, we have Facebook, and it seems like these days that people are talking to each other less, and it's quite disturbing, to be honest, coming from my own perspective of being autistic. But that's just a quick aside, but I do think it is a bad thing, the direction that communication is heading. And so, to end this video, I want to add a couple more points. To continue the whole how does one go about learning social skills? Say you're autistic. I recommend that you find someone that's very popular or someone that you know that's very social and follow them around for a day. See what they do. Mimic what they do, perhaps when they're not around. If you see them talking a certain way and you see them going up to everyone and talking, do what they do. Yeah, it can be scary to do what they do, but, do you see the people who are doing that? Do you see them getting in trouble? Do you see people being offended by them? I saw this, there's one friend of mine who's very social. I noticed that a lot of people actually like him. He makes jokes and stuff, and naturally he's good at it. So I've been trying to study him, see what he's doing. I realized that he's a teacher to me in many ways, and he doesn't even know that he's teaching me. He's actually my boss, and so one day we're out and I saw him just talking to him, but I'm like, so I'm learning a lot by watching him interact with people. But say you're in school or something, you're following this really popular person around. Do not do popular things necessarily, like going to parties where there's going to be drugs or alcohol. I'd recommend, don't get into that. Don't do the stupid stuff is what I'm saying. If you want to do it, fine. I'm not your parent or anything like that, but, don't copy the stupid stuff. That isn't necessarily a social skill. Drinking and doing drugs and being an idiot, I don't necessarily think is a social skill. It's an idiot skill, yeah. Idiot skills, I guess, can come in handy at times. I don't know, but it's not something I personally want to learn. So, in conclusion, I want to end with the whole, like I mentioned earlier, I see that communication, not just with autism, but people in general, I see it falling off the radar. I see communication vanishing. And so I want to talk about the importance of communication in school. And I want to mention that I highly believe it is very important that we have communication courses in school that are a requirement for graduation. I think that there should be 4 years of communication in high school. Let's think about it. Communication is more important than English, more important than math. Now, yes, English, it's important to read, but there are people who are illiterate who actually survive in this world, including math. There is only a certain level of math you need to know. If you can balance your checkbook and everything, that's great. The higher levels of math, well, if you're going to become a math major or a scientist or an engineer of sorts, then yeah, you need to know that. And also taking tests, there's a lot of emphasis on taking tests in schools. Do we really need to know how to take tests? Is that truly a societal skill? I don't think so, but social skills, that is something we need as a society, and I think that as a society, they're vanishing. So, communication is very important. It needs to be taught in school, and that is all I have to say. So thank you very much. I hope this video has been enlightening. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the box, and I'll respond as quickly as possible. Thank you very much, and have a most extra tabulous day. Bye.